Yeah, it's been 2 months now I've had this thing, and I absolutely love the NVG30. Now, I've been getting some comments from people that want me to compare it to like the Aurora knobs and stuff. I don't really have that kind of money just to spend like that. I'm actually trying to save up for another vehicle. So I can't do that right now, but I would love to. But no, there is a video already from Urban Survivor, shout out to him. He's got a video with a comparison with the NVG30 and the Psionics Option, and I'll tell you from watching it, it's pretty close to the Psionics Option. That's pretty freaking amazing. However, it does see quite less in certain conditions than the Psionics Option. Oops, I just putting the cigarette out on myself. It could see pretty well in like certain conditions compared to like this, but in a lot of certain situations, this actually sees like a little bit better in certain situations. I noticed that this is very infrared sensitive than a lot of digital night vision devices, so that's really cool. That actually is really beneficial. The sensitivity on IR level with this is really high. Like, it's more sensitive than your standard security cameras by a lot. And this is, I would say, by like 50% more sensitive than the Psionics Option. And now here's the one thing I like about the Psionics Option. I mean, that I don't like, my bad. That I don't like about the Psionics Option, that I like about this. This has a really good light filtration. Let me get a puff of this. What I mean by that is, say like you have this light on, right, and it's dark, and that's the main light. If you point the Psionics Option in this direction, it's dark, you would see anything but this light. It would filter it out and it would blind you. You wouldn't be able to see anything. And I noticed that. So with this guy, this has a really good background pickup, and I love that about this. So like if I point it at that light over there or any other light, I could still see what's behind it unless I directly stare at the light. But if I'm like just like that, you know, looking over there, whereas the Psionics Option would like struggle to see. You wouldn't see behind your target. So that's the one thing I love about the NVG30, is it's got a really good background pickup, and you don't get all this a bunch of annoyance from light blinding what's beyond your target. That's a significant thing for a lot of people, because like that's annoying when it comes to night vision. When you're staring at a light and it's all you see, even if it's like right there, you're staring over there, the Psionics Option would be blind, and it would be dark in the background. You wouldn't see anything. Whereas this little NVG, you can see everything back there, and with it lighting it up. That is awesome. I love that about this. Now here's the cons that I don't like about the NVG30. Okay, so if you look here, this is just a small thing. Come on, camera. The screws are starting to rust. So that's just normal, but the screws will rust. That's just, you know, just a personal thing with me. And the firmware has bugs. There are some bugs with it. Recording on the device is actually hard. That's why I usually record with my phone. I honestly think it's the SD card that came with it. I'm gonna get an SD card upgrade, see if it fixes it. But if it still does it, it's a software problem. It does this problem where it still loops it. Even though I have the loop off, it still loops it. I have to restart the device multiple times, and then it finally works. So it makes it really hard to record. But really, just using it as a general night vision device, this is like the best night vision you can get out there, budget night vision, especially as digital night vision on the US market. This is the king right now on the US market for budget digital night vision. And this thing is pretty close to the Psionics Option. And let me say this, okay? The Psionics Option right now is almost $2,000. With taxes, it probably is $2,000. And it's pretty, I mean, it's like, what? I don't know, 20% better than this, by like 20%. Okay, that's like 20%, maybe 15% better than the NVG30. This is $500. Actually, it's like $450 something or less if you use the promo code. And the Cyanix option is almost $2,000. And this is very close to its performance. What are you doing? Don't do that to yourself. Don't waste your money like that. If you're gonna get a digital night vision that's really good and you want to stargaze, you want to stargaze, this is freaking amazing. Cyanix option's perfect. It can see things that this thing can't see, but this thing can see things that it can't see. So there's like a lot of digital night visions. I noticed this with a lot of digital night visions. Every digital night vision has a con and a pro over another. So like, you know, it's really just based on your preference and your pick. So, and honestly, personally, I don't really like the UI setup on the Cyanix option or the Aurora. This thing has a really good UI. It's just simple and it's clean. And I like the picture-in-picture. No digital night vision I know of has picture-in-picture mode. I love the picture-in-picture mode. It's freaking sick. But dude, if you're gonna buy a digital night vision for the budget, NVG10 or the NVG30. One thing also I noticed about the NVG30 is if you look here, let me take this cap off. The lens is upgradable. So like the NVG10, if you look here where those notches are, you will mess up your paint job if you try to take that off because there isn't a tool designed for that. I wish somebody would 3D print a tool specifically to remove that off of this to upgrade it. But you can remove this off just like the NVG10 and you could change the lens. And honestly, I need a better lens on this. It's a good lens, but it needs more. I feel like you could get more FOV. You definitely can get more FOV. And there is some blurriness on the edges of the lens. I want to cancel that out with a better lens. But before I do that, I'm going to wait until somebody in the community comes across this video that has fabrication and 3D printing and be like, hey, let me get one of these. Let me figure out how to design a tool to take that off easy for you guys so I don't fuck it up. Yeah, please, can somebody help us out with that? Desperately need something to take this off so I don't ruin it. I just want a tool that I could like grab in here. The problem is that this lens is exactly the same size. So if somebody can design a tool that you can like put over it and then you like clamp it and then it closes on those points and then you twist it and it undoes it, then you can change your lens. That would be nice. But that's all the shenanigans I have to say for this thing. All right, see you later.